So the poles do look pretty nice. Do have that locking pin right here. It does look like it actually telescopes. So it looks like you can pinch it anywhere, but if you want to lock it, you do have about 4 inches in between these holes. Mount here on the top and the mounts on the bottom. You do have a little logo here that says Pyle. All right, so let's see what's in this box. Should have the rest of our parts. And it looks like they got them paired up between the two sides. So yeah, we got this pretty cool looking triangle base. We do have some rubber feet already installed. For these floors, obviously they're perfect. Here we have the upper plate, and it is pretty thick. They say it's 2 millimeters, which I guess is about right. And we do have some foam pads where the speaker can sit on. And then here we also have some hardware. Now this is good for if you have carpet. Pull these out, or maybe they unscrew. Let's see. Yeah, they do unscrew. Okay, so they are little bolts. So you can't adjust them up and down. Okay, that's cool. So it's like a rubberized plastic, but it's kind of like a hard rubber, I guess. But yeah, if you didn't want these, you could use these. And they also have washers, so you can lock it in. So since I'm gonna use these feet, I'm gonna put this one back. So let's go ahead and build one together here, and it should be quite simple, guys. So we're just gonna connect the bottom pole here and then the upper plate to the top. And we do need the included Allen wrench. So here on one of these holes on the bottom, we're gonna unscrew the bolt that's already pre-mounted. It's actually quite long. All right. So since this is the bottom, we're gonna go the bolt through down here like this, and there is a washer also. And then on the other side, we're gonna put our pole and start it on there. So yeah, very easy to assemble. Now it's quite important that you don't go crazy on this bolt, because if you do, you're most likely gonna break the welds inside here. Also, I forgot to mention they do have like a little, I guess, wire router clip. See it right there? So, and there's actually also one on the top here. So yeah, I guess that could be useful, maybe. It's like a little clip that for organizing the wires. All right, so now that we got the bottom on, let's go ahead and do the top. Same thing here, guys. Just gonna remove this bolt. Now with this one, there is no washer. So let's grab the plate here, and this is the top where the foam pads are. The bolt will go through there, just like that, and the other end in here. So again, you can adjust this accordingly to how you want it to point anywhere you want. But both of these parts, they spin around in 360, so you can, move them to wherever you want. So same thing here, guys. Just snug, and do not over tight, just snug. So, but yeah, simple as that. It's built. And this is what it looks like. So this does look like it's on the lowest setting, which is what, about 26 inches. If we undo the knob here, we should be able to go up. And there we go. So let me go all the way up here. And by the way, it does completely come out. So if you are going to extend it any amount, like we did here pretty much all the way, you probably want to use this pin because, just in case for whatever reason this cuts loose, speaker could fall pretty fast and hard. So, and that's what these pins are here for, and they should prevent that from happening. So there we go. Now we can tighten it up. And so I would say this is the highest amount you can go up, which should be about, I guess, 52 inches from the top to the bottom. So yeah, you can see the table here. So yeah, it's quite a bit taller than that. And all the way up here, it is a little bit wobbly, as you guys can see, quite long. So physics is doing its part with leverage, but it is stable overall. On the triangle, you got these flat spots that are more vulnerable to get pushed over. But if you go towards one of the corners, obviously it doesn't want to, but it naturally goes to the flat spots where it's easier to push over. I do have a couple speakers here we can try, so let's go ahead and put this PreSonus E5 XT. So the XT is a little bit wider, but it's still a pretty small speaker for this stand. I'm kind of curious how it's gonna look. All right, so let's see here. But yeah, this is what it looks like with the PreSonus E5 XTs, and it's quite up there. So let's see the stability here. So I'm just gonna kind of push on it. It does wobble a bit, but it's nothing too bad, honestly, considering how high up it is. And this is a pretty heavy speaker here. So I think if you're gonna use this for a place where it's easily bumped into or pushed, this probably might not be the best setup here. But if you're gonna just set it and nobody's ever gonna really touch it, I'm sure it'll be just fine. Especially for smaller monitors like this one here. So I'm gonna go ahead and build the other one, and we'll put the JBL on there and see how they look. All right, guys, so we got the other one built, and I got the 305P Mark IIs on there, and it's looking pretty good. So yeah, here you can see all the way down and all the way up, quite a big difference. And when it is all the way down, it's quite a bit more stable. So very nice, very cool little stands. I think they're great for someone that makes music at home or just edits videos, things like that, or for anything else. Let's say you want to use this for your home theater, or just, you know, audiophile people that, you know, want to set up their speakers. If you have multiple speakers, this could be quite useful too. So